Diana, ready? What is it called? Oh, okay. Please, yeah, Noor, please send you're welcome. Please send the ID, Noor and Dima, please send the ID to Mrs. Diana to join us, please. Or write the ID again, please. I will write it for her. She has a problem with her laptop, so it's okay. Let's wait for her for just 1 or 2 minutes. Today we're going to talk about speaking, and Diana has prepared some good tips for you. And after that, we will talk about very, very, very important topic, which is writing a discussion essay. A discussion essay is the one. Yes, welcome, welcome. Yay! Finally. Finally. Speaking lecture, okay. Yes, Diana, ready?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you. Your voice is very clear.
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. I'm sorry for being late.
Okay. Let me open your folder for you first.
Okay. Yes, please.
Then, yes, wait a minute, please. Hold a second. Now it's ready. Can you see it?
Okay. Yes, I can see. Anyone else see?
Yes, but a little bit noise coming behind you or beside you.
The house is empty. It's only me. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's a ghost.
I hope not. Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Well, I wanted to welcome everybody. I am so sorry I am late. Normally I like to respect my time. Today I wanted to discuss a few really simple tips on how to get a better score on your IELTS, inshallah. We all know that it is split into 3 sections. We have the speaking, sorry?
Okay. Following,
okay. So we have 3 parts to each question. The first part is what I'd like to call small talk. This is the part where the examiner will ask you to introduce yourself. They'll ask you for your ID or passport, however it's going to be done. And they will ask you to speak a little bit about yourself, say your name. And this is the part where we start to show off. There is no embarrassment, no need to be shy. This person you're going to see once, so just go out there, do the best you can, and please understand that one-word answers are unacceptable. This is a moment for women to shine. Look, girls, we like to speak. We don't stop speaking. So this is a chance for you to speak, get out there and say things. For example, if we are asked, your name and what country you're from.
What's
Yeah.
your hometown?
Yes, and please take note of, my students know these because I push them, Dr. Ahmed, I push him a lot. One of the things that we do, you have to say, it's not enough to say I'm from Egypt, no. You can say, or for me, for example, I'm from Australia, I've lived in Brisbane, it's my hometown. Say a small piece of information about it. Let the examiner be interested. Go into
So
details.
mainly part one will be about some personal questions about your hobbies, your hometown, your job, something like that.
Yes, show off. Say everything.
Yes, yes,
It's
and
now time
those
to shine.
students are repeated, so we can expect them. We can train
Yes,
ourselves. We can, have some ready expressions and ready answers for them, right?
exactly. I just wanted to add something, like, I know we all know idioms and we all know everything, but if the examiner says to you, like, how are you and how's your name, please don't say that's a piece of cake, because if you didn't know your name, then that would be a problem if you didn't know. Or I'm glad you asked me that. Why are you glad? She was going to ask you anyway. So the examiner will pick up.
I'm glad that you asked. I'm over the moon that you asked me this question
I'm on
because it's a
cloud
piece of
nine.
cake.
Yes.
So now in this introduction, I used two idioms, okay, which no native speakers can naturally use them.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't know my if I didn't know my name, that would be a real problem. I'd get nowhere on my IELTS test. So of course it's a piece of cake. Piece of cake, we use it if someone asks about your physics test or your chemistry test, something like that, something that needed studying ahead. That's for the first part of the question, where you shine. But I want to tell you something which is really funny. Right in the middle while you're discussing, and you may think that the examiner is impolite or not interested, she will or he will add an off-topic question. What happens here, you'll be going on and on, speaking about your hometown, speaking about personal information, and then she'll say, hey, do you like flowers?
Yeah.
This is to see this is to see if you are learning off by heart, or if you understand the question. I don't want you to be shocked. Just join in, coherently add things. Yeah, I like flowers, and then discuss something about flowers. In
Yeah.
every question, there are 4 steps that we can have. This can be done in the 3 parts of the speaking test. I like to call this the area method or the area technique. Okay.
Great.
So what area? So A, we answer. R, we give a reason. So I like flowers. Okay, in my head, why do I like flowers? Maybe I can say because they bring happiness, or I love their colors, for
So
example.
A answer, R reason, okay.
E, give an example.
Example, okay, and A.
Give an alternative.
Oh, great. So give us.
What happened?
Can you please give us an example of this area?
Okay, I'll tell you. For example, if for my off-topic question and they ask me, okay, do you like flowers? I will answer. So this is the A part of my question. I'll say, I love flowers. Flowers, I like their colors. Oh, so I've given the answers. Yes, I love flowers. In fact, they play a large part in my life. Reason, I'm able to gift people I love with these flowers. I can take them to any ceremony, any celebration, any event. They're always ready to indicate how I feel. E, an example. My mother, before she died, we had many people bringing us flowers, and that was a token of their love and respect and good wishes for us. A, alternative. Okay, if there were no flowers, I think then the world would lack color. It would be much sadder if we had no flowers in our lives. I think an alternative. Also, I could say flowers help us. If there are any hard feelings between friends, okay, it's a token of our friendship. So A, I've given an answer, or the reason why I like flowers, because of their colors, because of their place in my heart, maybe. E, an example, where I've used it, how it has given me a good chance to express my love to another person. An alternative, well, if I didn't have flowers, what would I do? I'd be sad. There'd be no color in the world. So this is an
Fantastic.
example.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Good job.
I hope this was helpful. This area method or technique, we can use this in all parts. In part 1, in part 2, when we have the 3 parts where I have written in front of us,
It's
and in
very,
part 3.
very, very important in part 2, because in part 2 we need to elaborate ideas a lot. So some
Yes.
people, they keep talking, and then
They go
50
round and round in circles.
50 seconds. Come on.
I know.
Yes. So find the
This is
examiner.
how I feel. This is how I feel right this minute. So I need somebody to like support me. I mean, I've only been speaking like for 4 minutes or 5 minutes. What's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, this is examination day. I will be your examiner, and we walked in. The first part we've already discussed our personal information. Second part, what happens? After we've gone off the off-topic question, which is about cinema, flower, just be prepared and make something up. It doesn't matter. They do not care if you lie. They're looking for your pronunciation. They're looking if you have coherency. So there are 4 parts of the IELTS I forgot to tell you. Fluency. This is where we must speak and continue to speak without stopping. Yes. Yeah. And then we have the we spoke about coherence. What is coherence? Coherence is the transition from one thought to another. If you have
from one idea to another.
Yes, it's transit, moving from one idea to another. It's connecting your thoughts. It's having your thoughts organized.
Great.
Then we have the lexical resources, which they mean your vocab. Yes, they want to know how well you have. So rather than saying very big, I'd say enormous. Rather than saying, like before, I remember I attended a session with Mr. Tam. Instead of saying boring, we can say tedious. So I hope I'm not being tedious now, but these are points to take into account. Then remember, they'll take care of our grammar. They want to see how well our grammar is. Okay.
Yes.
The grammar, and that can only be improved through practice. The last part, which I want to focus on, because many people make the mistake of believing that they need to know the proper accent. No, the examiner is not looking for your British accent. They're not looking for your American accent. They are looking for pronunciation or articulation. So, for example, I cannot say she has 3 children. No, that is incorrect. We need to say 3. So we need to know how the letters are pronounced. This is the problem, not the accent, the pronunciation. So if we can focus on that, then there should be no problem.
Very important. It's very important to differentiate between the pronunciation and the accent, because we don't want you to have an Australian accent like Diana, or to have an American accent, or to have a British accent. We want you to pronounce properly. That's it.
Yes. Okay. So we'll go. We've already discussed part 1, where we've introduced ourselves. We've given the ID. Then we've been thrown the off-topic question. Part 2. Part 2 is long. The whole test should not last more than 14 to 15 minutes, inshallah. So, but for a person who's being, they will think they'll be lasting forever. For a person who's being tested, worried about their English, they will feel, I don't want you to worry. The examiner is a human being like you. I mean, I make so many mistakes speaking Arabic, and I really don't care. As long as I've been able to relay my idea, I've done my best. That's the most important part. The second part is when we need to prepare. This is the second part. How do we prepare? Okay, so this is when she gives you the task card. You are given 1 minute preparation to speak for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I have it written down for me.
A paper with the topic and with some questions about the same topic. Then 1 minute to just take notes or to
prepare, to take notes. Exactly. Yes. Okay. So what can be done here? First, like for the example in front of me, we have talk about an email that you received which you liked. I want to add another idea here. It has 4 steps, and this can be done in any part, but particularly part 2. It is called the IPPF method. What happens?
IPPF method.
Yes. What happens? We first have an introduction for in the very beginning. I can say, for example, I am really. Is that how you do it? I've always wondered how my students would write while I'm explaining. Okay, great. Okay, the introduction, I, P, we'll be telling 3 stories here. I, introduction, P, past, P, present, F, future.
Great.
Okay, so if I am discussing, like they asked here, discuss an email, talk about an email that you received which you liked. Okay, so I can say, I'm really happy to discuss 3 different times when I received an email, and I will be telling 3 stories. In each story, I will be able to say who sent it, when I received it, and what the content was.
Okay.
In the introduction, we will go down. I don't know how to go down with this thing. Can you go down, Mr. Tamer, with the sheet?
Okay.
Can you
scroll down?
Scroll down. Yeah, scroll down. Okay. So we will be saying in the past. Then I can discuss an email that we had in the past. Talk about anything that happened. For me, I could discuss when I was in Australia, I received an email. Then what do? We go back in our brain and we remember the AREA. I give an answer. I give the reason why I liked it. I give an example of how I felt and how I liked it. And I'll give an alternative. If I hadn't received the email, then maybe I wouldn't have been lucky enough to receive the job. I would have had to look for another job elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's an email I received in the past, and I'm still talking and I still have time. So I move on to the present. These days, I have my English as a second language student, and I'm receiving many, many emails. And I'm really happy, and many of them have, like inshallah, our students will get no less than an 8 on their IELTS test. And I will discuss about them. I'll discuss them saying what they did on their test, and I still have more time to continue. And here the examiner is thinking, well, this person is good. Like, look, she's just giving me so many words. In the past, I can use tenses of the past. In the present, I can use tenses in the present and add vocab. In the future, so I have said 3 different stories discussing the same topic using the area method, and I still have time. I'm giving my examiner no other choice than to give me a raised score in my IELTS speaking.
Fantastic.
If please, could you scroll down so I can give an example? I've written an example for them, for all of us can have a look. Okay, so here I began with one introductory sentence for my 3 stories. Today I would like to talk about 3 different emails. For example, I said here in the past, and this is my past story, so it's my first part of my answer, the IPPF. I've given my introduction, I'm into the past. In the past, I received an email from the boss of an Australian university. I received the email. Okay, so I'm using a past tense here because I had applied.
This is the answer, the A. Then you say, I received the email because this is the R, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I had applied for a job.
Yes. Okay.
This word, the word these is a mistake, I'm sorry. And when the email appeared in my inbox, I knew that I either had the job or I didn't. So it was very exciting. Needless to say, the email was good news saying that I had been accepted to teach at the university. This was about 6 or 6. It should be 6 or 7. Can you tell I was nervous while I was typing? but I can still remember. It is very clear in my mind.
Okay.
I can't see because I had just finished my teaching degree and I was desperate for a job and to travel overseas. So look how many times I've used the past tense in its different forms.
Yeah. Use the past perfect here, past perfect here, past perfect there, past simple here, past simple here, past simple, negative past simple. So
Yeah.
two different tenses.
Yes, for my past. That's my first story. That's my past story.
Yes.
Then I'm talking about my present story. Recently, so I can begin with the word recently.
Yes.
Or last week.
Present, yeah.
Or yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, I had been receiving emails from lots of my students from E2, which is English as a second language, usually saying that they're extremely happy because they have received the English test scores that they needed. Inshallah, like Mr. Tamer's students. I
Hopefully.
really enjoyed receiving, hopefully, these emails because the students are overjoyed. And it means that they can stay in Australia or migrate from their country to work or enter university. The content of the emails is usually very emotional and full of smiley faces and exclamation marks. I love receiving those types of emails. And again, I've used the method, the AREA.
Great, yes.
I still have plenty of time. And not just that, I can see that my examiner is ecstatic. She is extremely happy and proud. And I am on, now I can say I'm on cloud 9. Because I can see that my examiner is smiling. So, and then the third part, in the future, I'd like to receive an email from John Murphy, who is one of my favorite academic writers, meaning I still am waiting to receive from him an email. He's an English professor and author. I wrote to him a long time ago, but he never replied. It was a piece of fan mail, I guess. So yes, if he replied, I would be extremely ecstatic, as I'd love it if he received my email and acknowledged it.
That's very important also to use structure like if in the second conditional like this. It's a very advanced grammar. So when you use if in the second conditional in this situation to express something like that, your
exactly, and I'm
score
expressing
will
a
be
feeling.
higher.
I hope so. Inshallah, they'll do fine. So I've given the introduction, past, present, future, story, 3 stories, and I still have time. To make things better, I can add an idiom. When normally normally in part 2, I think they always ask, how did you feel? So how did you feel? I could say, I felt, for each part, I could say I felt over the moon, I was excited. I could say I was nervous depending on how I felt. But when they ask how you feel, it's normally good to add an idiom. Because this is when we start to express how we feel and what our thoughts are, and we share what we want for the future. Okay.
Great.
This is another example of a question. I don't know, what do you think, Mr. Tamer? Should we give them like a minute to prepare?
Oh yeah, please. Just 2 minutes. 1 minute is not enough because this is the first time for them to take this type of questions. So let them take 2 minutes to prepare for this and to apply the technique that she mentioned here. The introduction, then present, past, future, IPPF, and in each IPPF, in each one, don't forget AREA. So it takes time, it takes plenty of practice. So this is the first time, and we will nominate a volunteer to be with us.
I won't. You. I don't want to be the bad cop. You're the boss. You do it.
You will pick him. You will choose him, not me.
No,
I don't want anybody to hate me.
No, well, I don't. I'm not really. I'm not hard on having people hate me either.
Okay, let me be the bad boy. I'm gonna be the bad boy today.
Okay.
2 minutes. Okay, you have 2 minutes to prepare your answers. Take notes fast. After 2 minutes, I will say a name of a person. If you want to be a volunteer, you can just say, please, choose me.
Have you got your stopwatch for them?
Sorry?
Are you using your stopwatch?
Yes. One minute left. Pum, pum, pum. I can hear your heartbeats. I can hear it from here. Hisham بيقول لك thank you so much, Mrs. Diana. You
You're
want to be
welcome.
you want to be selected. I think so.
He wants to be selected?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Let me
I don't know. How can you see the names? I'm looking for their names. Where are you finding their names?
I can find them right now. Yes, yes, yes. Safa. Open your microphone, ya Safa. صفاء صفاء وراحت صفاء. Yes, it's you. وفي صفاء غيرك؟ You have another صفاء?
Look at Mr. Hisham. His net isn't working.
Yeah.
Funny, it's only working for the chat.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Tayman. How are you, Mr. Diana?
I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, everything's okay.
I've already shared again the question for you, so you can have it in front of you. And
Okay.
are you ready? Have you prepared yourself?
I'm not getting lots of emails, but I'll try to find something.
No, it's another question. Talk about
Another?
an interesting neighbor you've had. Yes, you
Okay.
prepared the email. We want you to prepare this. Talk about an interesting neighbor you've had. You should say, who is this person? How often you see him or her? How long you've known him or her? You have 1 minute, okay? You have 1 minute to think or to take notes, okay?
Okay.
Just be yourself. Your examiner is very flexible and lenient, and she's very generous as well. Aren't you?
Very.
Yes.
Ask my students, they love me.
Yes, but they complain against you. They said that you're pushing them, pushing them.
Really, I do.
That's why they're improving.
Ask Mr. Mamdouh, I push so hard.
Yes.
Okay, can I start?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm outside.
Yeah.
I'm just a listener, okay?
Okay, Mr. Tehran. After coming here to Saudi Arabia, I didn't know anyone here, and after some time, my husband and his friends, we took different. We took our in the same building, our flats in the same building. They were co-workers, and I get to know his wife. She is an optimistic person with a positive personality. It was so nice to have her around. She is a considerate person with a good sense of humor. She never underestimates any mentality. That's one thing I respect about her. We are talking together every day, and once a week we will go out for shopping or have a cup of coffee. Our kids also are in the same age, and so it is convenient to go out, and for our kids also to have their free time together, to play together. Um, I see her a lot actually in a daily way. I know her for 3 years now, um, and it is really great to have such a nice person and a nice neighbor in my life.
Okay, mashallah. That was good, mashallah. She's. I think Mr. Tamer, you can comment.
You are the examiner,
Okay.
not me. I will comment that later.
Yes, you comment. Sorry.
You're the examiner, not me. I will have my
I
own
was the
comment
examiner.
after you.
Well, I'm a bit biased since she's a female, so I'm already on her side. So she's only got 5 or 6 points there.
You always want me to be that guy. Okay, no problem.
I think all aspects of the question were answered. She's given examples. She's applied what we've, and most examiners will say that. Most people who teach the IELTS know this method, but the problem is applying. I can give an example of how we can practice this by something called JAM. This is something I would like everybody to try doing every day. JAM is short for just a minute. So every day, if we think of a topic and we speak about it, then we record, but we must record ourselves. Because most people, including myself, believe that they are perfect speakers until they record themselves and they realize they're terrible. For me, I can say this is me when I read Quran. When I read Quran, I believe that I'm the best, and I'm terrible at Arabic. But when when I record it, no, that's very shameful what I hear. It is something, but it's not Arabic. It is just a jumble of words that have no meaning. So what I do is I listen to myself and I record myself, and I ask my students to do this. Please, please, please record yourself.
You're aware
because
of your own.
Yes, you're aware of your own mistakes. After you've recorded, listen to yourself. That's the second minute. So you listen for a minute and you see, what can I add to what I've just said in your head, and you know. And this is when you see, have I done the area? Have I given an answer? Have I given a reason? Have I given an example? And have I given an alternative?
To analyze
I'm sure
your
we will
own.
find. Yes, yes. Be your own examiner. The third minute, we speak about the same subject again, but we improve. We add on to what we have done before, and we correct ourselves. So that's, if we do that 3 minutes a day, we will get better, inshallah. Because practice makes perfect. We can't say we want to speak perfect English but not speak it. It doesn't work that way. If you want to be extraordinary, you have to do something extraordinary. You have to go that extra mile, and that's an idiom. You have to work harder, do more than what you normally do, because the whole idea is to be better than what you were yesterday. No comparison with anybody, just yourself. So this is the JAM method, just a minute method. We can do that We can do it anywhere, in the car while I'm waiting at the traffic lights. Or if I'm shopping and I'm waiting to pay. I know we already look crazy anyway, so it doesn't matter if you're recording and people think you're crazy, who cares? Just don't waste your time. Take advantage of any minute you have. So this is
Yes.
another...
What about the driving time? The driving time, the transportation time, the cooking time, cleaning the house time. You have plenty of time.
While cleaning the house, we can simply just put the earphones in our ear and just listen to English. Just listen.
Yeah.
And the best thing, I don't really like to advocate music, but the best way to listen to fast music, to fast English, is music. Really. If you listen to the lyrics, you will hear lots of the contractions, the gonna, wanna, all these things. And people are going to say to me, no, we don't listen to music. Okay, listen to Islamic Anasheed, for example. You have Meher Zain.
Yeah.
You have beautiful. You have a lot of examples out there. You have Native Deen, and they're the fastest speaking people I know when they sing with their lyrics. So this is another way we can improve our listening with that. Just putting the earphones in your ear, just listen. I can't stress how much English is nothing but practice.
Thank you. What's your comment on her performance?
I think it was excellent because she wasn't even ready. She didn't know she was going to be asked, and and she applied exactly. She said she did everything. MashaAllah.
Yeah, MashaAllah. And my comment is, I'm really proud of you, Safa. I'm really proud that I have somebody like you in my course, my group. I do appreciate your performance, and I do appreciate that you haven't prepared, you haven't taken so much time. Then you started like that. You were very confident. At the very beginning, you just started by a little bit, some pauses at the beginning, but after that, your fluency got much better. You need to improve the level of your vocabulary and the level of the complexity of your grammar as well. So you need to use some more complex sentences and some less common vocabulary, some idioms as well, in order to get higher band score. If I were the examiner, I would give you from 6 to 6.5, not more than this. So I want you to start from now. Now, let's say that you're 6, okay? We want to be 7. It's not difficult for you. Just try to exchange some vocabulary with some higher level vocabulary, some idioms. Just insert some idioms in your sentences. Some complex sentences use, however, therefore, to improve your coherence as well. So you say therefore, however, nevertheless, etc. like that. This will make this jump from 6 to 7, inshallah. You don't have any mistakes in pronunciation. You don't have any mistakes in grammar. Your performance was great, but these things will help you to move from 6 to 7 and 7.5, inshallah. Okay, Safa.
Okay, Mr. Tamer. Sorry, I closed the microphone.
Okay, so good job. I'm really happy with you.
Thank you. I have a great teacher. Inshallah, by the end of this course, I will do amazing, Bismillah.
Inshallah. I'm so happy with you, and thank you for Dr. Rasha.
No, thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, for their great job with you and their support to you. Okay, thank you very much.
I want to thank Dr. Rasha for her great job with me here. Really, she's amazing in all the ways. And thank you, Mr. Tamer, for your efforts with us.
Thank you very much, and I thank Rasha as well. Thank you, Dr. Rasha.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Diana. You took around 50 minutes from my session.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, because I'm so tired today. This is my second workshop today. And yes, so I'm so tired today, but today's session is very, very important. It's about writing and writing the discussion essay, which is one of the most common topics in IELTS. You need to learn how to write this, this thing. Let me start. Bismillah. Do you have any question, everybody? Do you have any question before I start? Yes or no? Any question before I start? I'll go back to your... Yes, Muhammad Hassan. Go ahead. Yes, I'm waiting for your question, Muhammad Hassan. Do I have to answer in order? What do you mean by that? Did you get his answer? Did you get his question, Diana?
I think he's asking in how they're written on the task card.
The area, you mean? The area or the IPPF? Yeah, this is the logical. This is the logical order.
Past, present, future.
Yeah.
But I think Mr. Taman, that he's not asking about that. I think he's asking with how they're written on the task card.
Or I can choose in order. Choose what?
I think he's just in the task card, Mr. Taman. He's asking. I think he's asking if with the questions when they're written on the card.
You want you mean to answer the questions in order in the card? Yeah.
Yes, yes, he wrote on the card. Yeah. I think that's what I understood.
Yes. So answer his question, please.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I would. I mean, why not answer it in order?
Yeah.
It's just
why not? It's better to go in order not to forget.
Yes.
You need to. You have a pencil in your hand, so whenever you finish a point, just tick beside it. Because if you jump, you might forget it. So this means that you will lose marks. So just yes, follow the order.
They just want to make sure that you understand the question. And if you forget something, then maybe even if you understand it, they will think that you just jumped it because you don't know the answer.
Yes.
You're not understanding the question.
Great. Great. Any other question? Any other question? No. Okay, let's start. Thank you, Dana. See you.
Salam.
Alaikum salam. Share what? Share what? Yes. So this is today's session. Discussion essay. The discussion essay is one of the most important topics you need to train yourself, you need to be familiar with, you need to write a lot about. Because as I told you before, in task, when in part 2 in IELTS, whether it is general or academic, you need to write a 250-word essay. 250 words. Can you imagine that? You need to spend 40 minutes in writing this essay. So in order to write this big number of words, you need to be very familiar with this type of essays. So from this week, we will start writing essays, not paragraphs, essays. And you need to count the number. You need to count the number of words. The number of words shouldn't be less than 250. Then from this week, I think Rasha, Sahar, and Diana, they have already started asking you or examining you a complete IELTS speaking test. So this is the second level. We are in the second part of our course. By the end of this course, I want you to be much better than the beginning of the course. That's why you need to push. We need to push you, and you need to push yourself. You need to exert much more effort than what you did before. So let's start. When do we write a discussion essay? We write it when we want to present a balanced argument, given points for and against a topic. We give our own opinion at the end of the essay. You need to know how you can distinguish. How can I know whether it is a discussion essay or advantages, disadvantages essay, or a cause and effect essay, or opinion essay? In this type of essays, the examiner gives you a sentence. Then after this sentence, he asks you, saying, discuss both sides and give your opinion. So it's a discussion. Discuss both sides. So you're going to discuss two different points of view. Then you finish the essay with your own point of view. Okay? So what about the structure? How can we build the essay? Number one, you have the introductory paragraph. In the introduction, you write a statement that explains the topic and say that there are arguments for and against this idea. So mainly you start by paraphrasing the prompt. Can you remember the last session when we talked about paraphrasing? Can you remember? Rephrase, to change the vocabulary, to use the synonyms, to change the sentence from active into passive, to use complex sentences, or to change the structure of the sentence, etc. So you start by paraphrasing the prompt. Then you write a thesis statement. In this thesis statement, you write the main idea of your paragraph, of your essay, I'm sorry. Then in the second paragraph, you're going to write 4 paragraphs. Then in the second paragraph, you give the points for the topic or the advantages. The paragraph, you give the point against the topic or the disadvantages. Then in the last paragraph, you sum up the arguments and you give your conclusion. I have 2 different points of view. He said that some people think that master's degrees and PhD are very important nowadays, while others think that having soft skills and experience in many fields is much more important. So you have two different parts of view. ناس بيقولوا الشهادات احسن مهمه، وناس بيقولوا لا يا عم خد لك شويه كورسات في السوفت سكيلز وشويه خبره في المجال يكون افضل لك من الشهادات. So I have 2 different points of view here. So in the introduction, I rephrase this this prompt that you mentioned. Then I write my opinion. Then in the first body paragraph, I write about the first point of view, which is what? PhD and masters. And all the reasons that support this, all the reasons that support this point of view. All the reasons that support this point of view. Then in the second body paragraph, I write the other point of view, and I give all the reasons that support this point of view as well. Then in the conclusion, I write my own point of view, and I support it with some reasons. What should I start with? Should I start with, okay, should I take, you can ask me this question, should I take one of the two sides or can I be in the middle? يعني انحاز لي في وجهة نظر ولا خليني في النص اخد من هنا حاجات ومن هنا حاجات. I say please follow one of the two sides or support one of the two sides. This will be much easier for you to write, because if you take the good in two parts, it means that you'll exert much more effort to analyze the two sides and then write one more paragraph. So I advise you to start the first body paragraph with the idea that you are against, then, or with the opinion that you're against. Then the second body paragraph, or the third paragraph, you write the point of view that you are close to. Then you support it with the conclusion that is your idea, that is your point of view. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I will have an example and I will explain everything on the example. So how can I plan? How can I plan, okay, for the essay? Now you can do that, but in the exam you will not have enough time to do that. So you can train yourself now in order to be much better in the exam. You start by writing down a list of points for and against, or advantages and disadvantages. يعني هنتكلم عن PhD والماسترز degrees، هنقول ايه المميزات بتاعتهم. مثلا بيدينا وجهة نظر اعمق للاشياء، للحياة حوالينا، بيدينا وضع اجتماعي افضل، بيدينا مش عارف ايه، بيدينا ايه بيدينا ايه بيدينا ايه. So you write down a list of what? Of opinion, of points that support this point of view. Okay? وتروح على النقطة الثانية وتقول الافكار بتاعتها برضه، عشان ده اللي انت هتكتبه في البادي. You will introduce the main idea, then you will support it with a reason, then examples as well. It's similar to the sequence that Diana mentioned in her speaking session. Then choose the easiest points to write about and group them into paragraphs. Yani, if you list 3 or 4 reasons, just choose 2 of them, the easiest 2 of them that you can elaborate, that you can write more about. ما تختارليش افكار. دايما اتجنن انا بايه لما اكون بكتب اساي مع الترينيز وقاعدين قصادي، الاقي واحد ايه، اقول له يلا اكتب الايديز، فاروح كاتب الايديز. بعد ما يكتب الايديز مثلا اكتب لي 5 ايديز، اقول له choose the best 2. يروح okay I chose them. Okay يلا write about. يقول لي what can I write about this? Come on, I told you. Choose the easiest for you that you can write a lot about, that you can have examples, that you can elaborate them. So when you choose the 2 reasons, choose the easiest for you to elaborate, to give examples, support them. This is the way you choose it. Choose the easiest point to write about and group them into paragraphs. Think of facts or ideas to support your arguments. So facts. Support your opinion with facts or with examples. Use linkers to introduce your ideas and make additional points. Yani linkers. اللي كانت بتتكلم عنها دايره من شويه، اللي هي الحاجات اللي بتعمل لنا coherence، اللي هي on the other hand, on one hand, however, nevertheless, therefore, etc. These are the linkers. And if you want to know some examples for the expressions or the linkers that increase the marks or the band score that you can get in writing and also in speaking. Safa, we need these things. Okay, please add them to your own dictionary. Everybody has his own dictionary. كل واحد فينا عنده الديكشنري بتاعه الخاص. لما اجي اتكلم كده واحد يقول لك ايه؟ واخد بالك؟ يتكلم معاك يقول لك واخد بالك؟ شويه كده يقول لك واخد بالك؟ واخد بالك؟ الكلمه دي لازمه عنده. فبيقولها كتير. واحد تاني وبيتكلم معاك بالانجلش ويقول لك ايه؟ in fact بلا بلا بلا. واحد كان معايا واحد ايراني كان كل ما نتكلم في ماليزيا يقول لي ايه؟ the reality is يتكلم في the reality is فهو يقول لي في الواقع يعني in fact يعني the reality is I want these expressions to be in your own dictionary. So I want you to use them in your everyday language in order to find them in the exam. If you didn't use them in your everyday language, you wouldn't find them in the exam. I'm telling you from that. So if you want to start, you say, many people think that it's true that there are many reasons for that. After that, this is not an easy question. There's not a clear answer. We must look at both sides of the question. Introducing the point. Now we will introduce reasons. Firstly, you mentioned. Secondly, you mentioned. On the other hand, or on the one hand, one advantage is that, if you want to say the contrast, you say, on the other hand, however, but if you want to add more ideas, you say, what's more, in addition, furthermore, moreover, too, as well, also. You want to say the reasons? You say, this is because, so, therefore. What about the conclusion? On balance, in my opinion, in conclusion. These are the expression that we use to get marks for what? Coherence. مش هناخد درجات في الcoherence. الcoherence يعني you link your ideas together, you link your sentences, you move smoothly from one sentence to another. يعني انت when you say, for example, a very simple question, yesterday I was very, very sick, or yesterday I was so exhausted, therefore I couldn't go to school today. So what's the relationship between the first sentence and the second sentence? It's a result, cause, effect. So I was so exhausted, therefore I couldn't go to school. So this is what we call coherence. So you move from one idea, which is the reason or the cause, to another idea, which is the effect. And I used what to link them? I used therefore. So I will get the marks of coherence. And this is there's a very important thing also. It's called cohesion. Cohesion. We have coherence and cohesion. These are two important factors in assessing your speaking and your writing. And this will remind me of the question of Muhammad Assam. Should we follow the order or not? Cohesion means that you follow the logical order, of the ideas, of the details. Yani, where should you write your thesis? In the introduction. Okay. Then when you start your body paragraph 1, what should you start with? I start by introducing the main idea. Then I elaborate it, or I support it with supporting details. Then I give an example. Then I give one more example. Great, then I write the conclusion of the body paragraph. Perfect. This is cohesion. This is very, very important. Okay? It's time for the sample. Inshallah, you will find an essay like that in IELTS. Completing university education is thought by some to be the best way to get a good job. On the other hand, other people think that getting experienced and developing soft skills is more important. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. Now, please, I'll give you 3 minutes, only 3 minutes, to paraphrase this, to rephrase this. ده من أول هنا لحد هنا. مالكمش دعوة بده. ده السؤال مالكش دعوة بيه. اوكي؟ الجزء ده كده عاوزكم تعملوا له paraphrasing. فاكرين البارافريزنج اللي عملناه؟ فاكر البارافريزنج اللي عملناه المرة اللي فاتت يا حسب الله؟ I want you to do it now. 3 minutes. I will not look at your questions. Oh, okay, I will look. I'll stop. Maybe you have something. شايفين شيء ازاي؟ Share the screen. Come on. وانتوا كل ده ما كنتوش شايفين السكرين؟ Can you see the screen now? Please, yeah. Can you see the screen now? I will stop. طيب امال في ايه؟ ما كانش حد بيقول لا. اوكي، يعني انا كل الفتره اللي فاتت دي كنت بشرح على حاجه وانتوا مش شايفين؟ طيب، اوكي. يلا يا شباب. You have 3 minutes to rephrase this. الميكروفون يا جماعه، الناس اللي فاتحه الميكروفون بليز close your microphone please. You have 1 minute left يا شباب. Okay. You're done? Please don't write anything. I'm not gonna look at this. I will just, you will write about this, but this will be checked by the trainers this week, inshallah. This will be your homework. So I will not check it now, please. So don't write, don't waste your time in writing. Just write it in a paper in front of you. يعني اكتبه في قلم، بالورقة قلم على الورقة دلوقتي قدامك، عشان ده يكون الهومورك بتاع الأسبوع ده إن شاء الله. في ناس كتير يس أفضل إنك تكتبه على بيبر. في ناس كتير تعبت نفسها، جزاكم الله كل خير، وكتبت هنا. أنا المفروض كنت أقول لكم الأول إن أنتوا ما تكتبوش هنا. اكتب في ورقة خلاص، وخلينا نكمل مع بعض أوريكم الإكزامبل ده. يا جماعة الإكزامبل اللي انتوا، دي الجملة اللي انتوا عملتوها يا جماعة. قارن بقى الجملة بتاعتك بالجملة دي. It is considered by some that being a university graduate is the key to securing a good job, while there are others who think that it is better to have experience and soft skills. لغايه هنا هي دي السنتنس اللي موجوده في البرومبت. قارن كده اللي انت كتبته بده، قارن اللي انت كتبته بالتو لاينز دول. نرجع تاني. Completing university education is thought by some to be the best way to get a good job. It's considered by some. شوفوا يا جماعه ايه؟ is thought by some to be the best way. Is thought by some. Is thought. قال هنا ايه؟ هنا ايه؟ It is considered by some. بدأ بيها، بدل ما في النص خدها في الأول. بدل ما قال it is thought، قال it is considered by some that being a university graduate. Being a university graduate هنا قال ايه؟ completing university education. هنا قال عليه ايه؟ being. That being a university graduate is the key to securing a good job. The key to securing a good job. The best way. بدل كلمة the best way قال هناك ايه؟ The key to get a good job. راح ما قال عليه هناك هنا قال ايه ليه؟ To securing بدل to get قال to securing a good job. بدل to get a good job قال هنا ايه؟ To securing a good job. ده example. خلاص؟ ازاي بنعمل paraphrasing؟ لما تشوف الاكزامبل والحل بتاعه تتعلم طرق مختلفة. This is the way we start by modeling. Then you write your thesis. This is the thesis. الناس اللي بتشخبط لو سمحت والناس اللي بتشخبط. This is the thesis. الناس الأخ اللي مسح تحت العمل ده يا ريت يعني إيه يمسح. The thesis. This one is the thesis. Here is the thesis. In my opinion, I believe that having university education is essential for academic jobs, while soft skills and experience are more useful in business. هل a writer, did he or did she take or adopt one of the two sides, or she's in the middle? I believe that having university education is essential for academic jobs. Soft skills and experience are more useful in what? In business. هي كده في النص ولا واخده جنب من جنبين. She's in the middle. She took good thing here and good thing there. What does it mean? It means that she will need to write 5 paragraphs, not 4. 1 about the first point of view, 2 about the second point of view, 3 about my point of view, then the conclusion. طيب تعالوا كده نشوف هو قال ايه هنا يا جماعه؟ قال having good education is essential for academic jobs. This is the first point of view. And the second point of view is what? Soft skills and experience are more useful in what? In business. This is the second point of view. So the first body paragraph will be about what? About the first point of view. يبقى أول body paragraph اللي هو ده should be about the first point of view, which is having a university education is essential for academic jobs. Like, on the one hand, شفتوا يا جماعة الcoherence آسف. شفت الcoherence أول ما بدأ قال إيه؟ On the one hand, many think it's easier for most people to find a good job if they are university graduates with a good degree. دي وجهة النظر دي. وجهة النظر الأولانية. خلي بالكم يا جماعة هو عمل إيه هنا؟ بصوا لي للسنتنس دي. Many think it is easier for most people to find a good job if they are university graduates with a good degree. And look at this one. It's considered by some that being a university graduate is the key to secure a good job. What's the difference between this and this? Aren't they the same? Yes, they are the same. The same idea, but with different words. بص أنا بقول إيه؟ بعض يعتقد عن طريق البعض أن كونك خريج جامعة is the key to securing a good job. قال هنا إيه؟ الكثير يعتقدون, many think it's easier for most people to find a good job if they are university graduates with a good degree. إيه الفرق بين دي ودي؟ مفيش أي فرق. No difference. That's why I started writing by teaching you how to paraphrase. So you paraphrased the prompt here. انت عملت paraphrasing هنا الاول صح؟ Paraphrasing الاول 2 lines. Then you paraphrased again the first line you paraphrased here. And if you look at here, before we go there, if you look at here, you will find another paraphrasing for this line. On the other hand, having work experience and soft skills such as leadership skills and other interpersonal skills can also throw the balance in favor of the applicant according to style. While there are others who think that it's better to have some experience and soft skills. Some experience, work experience, and soft skills. يبقى احنا ما عملناش اي حاجه. الفكره الاولانيه قلتها هنا والفكره الثانيه قلتها هنا. هي but with different words. يعني انت if you are a very good paraphraser or rephraser, if you are very good at rephrasing and paraphrasing, you will find that 50%, wallahi, I'm telling you, 50%. %50 of the essay will be here in your small pocket because you repeat yourself. You repeat the same idea. يعني البرومبت اللي هو اداهولك انت عملت له هنا paraphrasing وبعدين خدت جزء منه نصه حطيته هنا عملت له paraphrasing تاني وبعدين النص التاني عملت له paraphrasing تاني هنا. بس خلاص. طيب, this point of view, ask yourself after this introduction, or this what we call topic. We call this a topic sentence. What's the topic sentence? The topic sentence is the first sentence of the essay, the first sentence of the paragraph. In each paragraph, there is a topic sentence which contains the main idea. Here is the topic sentence of body paragraph 2. If you look at this topic sentence and this topic sentence, if you join them together, you will find the first sentence that you didn't write it from your own mind. You just found it in the question itself. انت جايبها من السؤال هو مديها لك في البرومبت. انت عملت لها هنا paraphrasing وهنا paraphrase وهنا paraphrase. بس خلاص ما عملتش حاجه من عندك خالص. طيب انا بعد ما عملت يا تامر التوبيك سنتنس اللي هي انا جايبها من فوق، اسال نفسي what do you mean? Okay, in other words يعني عايز اقول لك بمعنى اخر، يعني عايز اشرح لك اكتر هنا مع I elaborate, I explain this idea, I explain it here again. So introduce the topic sentence, then ask yourself, what do you mean? Having tertiary education put people one step ahead of others who don't, and this can be the deciding factor in getting a good job. ده معنى ده، يعني اللي قلته هنا شرحته هنا، هو ده بالظبط نفس المعنى. The competition to get into universities and the increasing number of graduates show just how magnificent this level of education is for people's future work opportunities. ده كل دي اسمها يسموها ايه؟ يسموها supporting details. Supporting details. So I started by a topic sentence which contained the main idea, which is in here, the first idea here. Then I support this topic sentence with what? With supporting details. That's it. And he said an evidence here. It's an evidence. This is an evidence or a fact. This is a fact. This one. وبيقول لك ان التنافس على الجامعات المتزايد والاعداد الكبيره ده معناه ان الناس بتقدر التعليم وشايفين ان ده بيأثر على فرص الناس في وظائف اكتر. طيب. The other point of view اللي هي وجهة النظر الثانيه اللي هي بيقول عليها هنا ايه بقى؟ اللي هي بيقول لك هنا while there are others who think that it's better to have what? Experience and soft skills. هروح انا جاي هنا كده واروح اعمل ايه؟ اكتب نفس الكلام تاني بس اعمل له شويه elaboration. On the other hand خلي بالك بقى ان on the other hand دي on one hand دول الاثنين بنسميهم ايه؟ بنسميهم coherence. مهم جدا coherence. Having work experience and soft skills ايه اللي ورا هنا؟ هي دي اللي فوق. اهو بيقول لك هنا ايه؟ Having university sorry هنا have experience and soft skills. Having work experience and soft skills. نفس الكلام هو يا جماعه، انا ما جبتش حاجه من عندي. نفس الكلام هو ما جبتش حاجه من عندي. And soft skills such as ده بس اللي انا زودته بقى دلوقتي. Soft skills يعني ايه؟ Such as leadership skills and other interpersonal skills can also throw the balance in favor of the applicant according to some. دول يقدروا يرجحوا كفة الايه؟ الابليكانت من وجهة نظر بعض الناس. طيب what do you mean? I mean for many positions there are an overwhelmed number of applicants and therefore it is often thought that having relevant experience in that line of work or having acquired useful soft skills that can be valuable to company can put one ahead of the game when applying for a position. شوفوا يا جماعه الاكسبريشنز اللي بتجيب سكور لازم تتعلموها. overwhelming number of. شوف الاكسبريشن الثاني بيقول ايه؟ بيقول كان فينا بتاع البالانس sorry throw the balance in favor of. شوف الاكسبريشن الثاني بيقول ايه؟ can put one ahead of the game. Can put one ahead of the game. دي الاكسبريشنز اللي انتوا محتاجينها عشان تتعلموها في الايلتس في الرايتنج او في السبيكينج. دي الاكسبريشنز اللي بتجيب سكور. فانا كده عملت ايه؟ انا ناقشت وجهه النظر الاولى وبعد كده ناقشت هنا وجهه النظر الثانيه. طيب what about after that? Okay. هنا بقى لان الرايتر اخذ he put himself in the middle. He didn't adopt one of the two points of view. He just, stays in the middle. Finally, خلي بالنا دي finally بتاعت ايه بقى؟ نتعلم خلاص ما ايه؟ اسمها coherence. يعني ايه coherence؟ يعني how to link ideas. هنا قال ايه يا جماعه؟ on the one hand. هنا قال ايه؟ on the other hand. هنا قال ايه؟ finally. In my opinion, so these are the useful expressions that I told you you need to use. In my opinion, يبقى هنا ده كتب باراجراف زياده عشان هو في النص يا جماعه، مش he didn't adopt one of the two sides. He's in the middle. So he said, in my opinion, whether needing high level education or skills and experience depends on the position being applied for. هو الكلام ده قاله فوق يا جماعه. الكلام ده قاله فوق. بص قاله هنا. هنا بص. In my opinion, I believe that having university education is essential for academic job, while soft skills and experience are more useful in business. رجع هنا قالوا تاني بس قالوا بنفس الكلام، قرر نفس الجمل. No, he paraphrased his opinion. دي يا جماعه بنسموها ايه برضو؟ بنسموها topic sentence. يبقى في كل body paragraph the first sentence is called topic sentence. Whether needing high level education or skills and experience depends on the position being applied for. الموضوع بيعتمد على الموقع اللي انت بتختار. Take for example law in an example. What example? Take for example law, medicine, or teaching. It is impossible to be considered for a position without the required educational background. The example بيأيد وجهة النظر الأولانية اللي هي لازم يكون معاك شهادة. طيب عشان أربط الفكرة دي بالفكرة اللي وراها اللي هي عكسها قلت إيه؟ In contrast. ده اسمه إيه برضه يا جماعة؟ اسمه coherence. لازم نتعلم نستخدم on one hand, on the other hand, finally, in contrast. In business هقول كده وجهة نظر متعارضة مع اللي قبل كده. It would be more important for a candidate اللي هو المرشح للوظيفة to have soft skills and experience in that line of business so they can step into a position without further training. يعني to get the job. To get the job معناها step into a position. يعني يتقلد الوظيفة أو المكان. And be of immediate benefit to the company. شفتوا يا جماعة this is his point of view. قالها في الانترودكشن. قالها هنا والله هي قالها هنا هي بالظبط. كل اللي عمله هنا إن هو rephrased it again. Then he supported it with what? With examples. بس خلاص. It's time for the conclusion. Now you need to write the conclusion. In conclusion خلاص حفظنا. In conclusion دي بتاعت الايه؟ بتاعت الcoherence. Getting a good job requires a relevant background, either in experience or education, depending on the type of work and fields. ده عبارة عن ايه يا جماعة؟ اللي مكتوب ده عبارة عن ايه؟ قريتوه فين قبل كده؟ نفس المعنى اللي شفناه فين يا جماعة؟ In conclusion, getting a good job requires a relevant background, either in experience or education, depending on the type of work. ارجع كده تعالى كده شوف نفس الكلام. Having university education is essential for an academic job, while soft skills and experience are more useful in a business. هنا قال ايه؟ getting a good job يتطلب ايه؟ relevant background, either في experience or education, depending on the type of work and the field. People should make sure they attain the necessary skills or degrees before applying for a job in order to be sure of success. اللي قالوا هنا كله قالوا هنا بس باختصار. اللي عملوا في الاساي يا جماعه دلوقتي انا هقفل الشير خلاص بعد ما شرحت لكم الاساي اللي كاتباه المدام ليز، وانا افتح لكم الكاميرا كمان عشان ما حدش يتحرم من حاجه. Welcome back. بقيتوا كم واحد؟ 36. اوكي لسه ما نمتوش لسه. ازيكم؟ How are you doing everybody؟ نور نور عيب يا نور، انت واحده من فريق العمل قلت لي هلكتنا. امال الناس الثانيه تقول ايه؟ شوف محمد عصام راجل محترم بيقول محاضره عالميه. ها؟ شفتوا الناس؟ مش انتوا فريق العمل وتقولوا لي هلكتنا، امال الناس الثانيه تقول ايه؟ لا مش باراجراف للامثله. الله يسعدك شكرا يا دين. ايوه كده عدلوا، الحقوا نفسكم. Thank you. Thank you very much. والله نور تعبت معايا جدا النهارده يا وديمه، والله العظيم من الظهر لغايه دلوقتي معايا. كان عندنا ورك شوب مجانيه للتيتشرز من الساعه 2:30 ل 4:30. كانت نور بتسجل وبعد كده رفعت المحاضرات وبعتتها لي من ساعتين، من ساعه وشويه، ودلوقتي داخله هي ديمه بتسجل. فجزاكم الله كل خير. شكرا لتعبكم جميعا معايا، نور وديمه وسحر ورشا وديانا، جزاكم الله كل خير. طيب مستعدين يا جماعه؟ Do you have any question? Are you ready to write this essay? I'm talking to you from now. Dr. Rasha, Sahar, Diana, are you there? Can you hear me? Are you following me? Yes. Diana, please. هنعمل ايه بالظبط؟ هبعت لكم topic. عادي عادي يا احمد يا جماعه. to مش دايما بيجي وراها الانفينيتيف. يعني I'm looking forward to seeing you. عادي جدا. فالاكسبريشن مش دايما to بيجي وراها الايه؟ الانفينيتيف او الفيرب، يعني البيس فيرب. في اكسبريشنز بيجي وراها الفيرب بلس اي جي. خلاص؟ يس يا رشا، من الاسبوع ده ان شاء الله هنبتدي نصحح essays. Yes, complete essay. 250 words. لازم نعدلهم الكلمات. معلش النهارده انا رقبتي وجعاني، فدعواتكم كده عشان خاطر لما بيمسكني قلم الرقبه ده بيقعد معايا بالاسبوع. صدقت خفيت منه. طيب الله يسلمك. فهنكتب ان شاء الله 250 كلمه يتعدوا، كل ما يكون اكتر كل ما يكون افضل. زي ما انتم شفتوا يا جماعه وشرحت لكم بالتفصيل ازاي الموضوع بيتم. خلاص؟ كله paraphrasing. كله paraphrasing. Thank you very much اشرف. Thank you حبيبي. Yes. So I will post another topic, not this topic, not the same topic, and you need to follow the same steps that I've just told you about. Then just sit. Number one, you rephrase or paraphrase the prompt. Then you give your opinion. Then you write the first body paragraph about one side, then the second body paragraph about the second side. Then in the conclusion, you support one of the two sides. Or if you are in the middle, you need to write one extra paragraph before the conclusion. Plus, you start by a topic sentence in each body paragraph, then you support details. حاجه كده وظهر. Hisham Salama. It's a good notice, Hisham. He repeated the word good job around 5 times. Should we write another synonym or other synonyms? Could you please give one? Yes. So instead of, by the way, this is from Liz. Liz is the best in the world. This is the best website in the world. Liz IELTS is the best in the world. And you can find the topics if you practice all the topics on her website, you might find one of them in the exam. And she wrote it by herself, and she gave herself 8.5 or 9, something like that, in this essay. ممكن نستخدم نقول good job، ممكن نقول great vacancies، ممكن نقول ممكن prominent posts أو prominent jobs. كل دي ideas نستخدمها لما نستخدم remarkable positions. الله يسلمك يا حبيبي، الله يسلمك يا دكتور أحمد. الايه والان والذا والايه بتتعدى وبتتعدى، عد ما تقلقش. لما اجي اشرح النقطه اللي بايدها واللي انا ضدها، هل اوضح فيها تأييد او معارضه الفكره، ولا اذكر ليها ليه النقطه دي قالوا عنها كده والثانيه قالوا عنها كده وفي الاخر اقول تأييد للفكره؟ ايوه، تقول الاول وجهه النظر وبعدين تقول ليه هم بيأيدوها، وبعدين تقول وجهه النظر الثانيه وليه هم بيأيدوها، بعدين تقول وجهه نظرك انت وليه انت قلت كده في الكونكلوجن. تمام يا احمد يا مالك؟ Yes, very good point. That's a good point. الcontractions يا جماعه بتاعت wanna وgonna informal language. You need to avoid using informal language at all. خلاص؟ And don't use idioms. Don't use idioms in writing. You can use idioms in speaking, because idioms also are considered informal languages. بص يا محمود، رأيك يا حبيبي بتكتبه يا اما في الكونكلوجن الاول خالص يا محمود، انت بتقول رأيك في الانترودكشن بس بتقوله كسنتنس، دي الثيسيس بتاعتك. بعد ما بتعرض وجهتين النظر في الانترودكشن بتقول رأيك in my opinion بلا 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 بلا. بعدين بتعرض وجهة النظر الأولانية في الفيرست بادي باراجراف، ووجهة النظر الثانية في السكند بادي باراجراف، وبعدين لو انت متبني واحده من الاثنين بتقول الكونكلوجن على طول. بتقول الكونكلوجن، بتقول وجهه نظرك في الكونكلوجن in my opinion وتروح قايل على طول وجهه نظرك. او لو انت في النص بتضطر تحكي تقول وجهه النظر بتاعتك في باراجراف قبل الكونكلوجن. فعشان كده بقول لك افضل لك تنحاز لوجهه النظر الثانيه، يعني خلي وجهه النظر الثانيه هي وجهه النظر قريبه منك عشان تأيدها بالكونكلوجن. خلاص؟ محمود وصلت كده؟ العفو يا حبيبي. ساعات بيسأل لأي مدى أنت متفق مع وجهتي النظر ولماذا؟ نفس الشيء، لو قال كده يبقى أنت مضطر تعمل one body paragraph زيادة، هتقول واحد عن الانترودكشن عن دي وواحد عن دي، وفي الآخر خالص أنت تقول وجهة نظرك في الاثنين، فأنت تقول أنت متفق مع ده في دي، مع ده في إيه وده في إيه. خلاص؟ اوكي محمد يا عصام. لا يا حبيبي، انا تعبكم راح. انا تعبان مش عشان خاطركم انتوا، يعني وحشتوني، وانا كان بقالي كتير ما طلعتش معاكم، بقالي اسبوع اهو من الجمعه اللي فاتت. كانت رشا بشكرها تاني على مجهودها اللي عملته معاكم المره اللي فاتت. وبعدين يعني بقالي دلوقتي هو كام كتير من يوم الاثنين اللي فات. ف جزاكم الله خير. I should be in the middle. لا، I don't advise you to be in the middle. I advise you to adopt one of the 2 points of view. It's much easier for you. عشان ما تكتبش باراجراف زياده. But as you like. لو انت شايف انك عندك وقت تكتب اكتر وتنحاز تبقى في النص، خلاص اكتب. يعني ده بيساعد الواحد يكتب. يعني في ناس بيبقوا عايزين يكتبوا 250 كلمه، فيلاقي نفسه ايه، مش عارف لو انا كتبت 4 باراجرافات بس مش هلاقي كلام اقوله، فخليني اكتب 5. فراح ايه داخل في النص in the middle. خلاص براحتك as you like. صحيح، مش من كتر الافكار، صح. دول عدم الحيز. ال 36 واحد اللي موجودين معانا خير. انا شايف بس 4 5 هم اللي بيتكلموا، والباقيين فين؟ خير يا جماعه. ناموا وسابوا النت مفتوحه يا نور ولا ايه؟ كله فاهم. اوكي رشا الشيخ بتقول لك هون هون. اوكي، عم نتامل بالوضع اللي بانا. هتكتبي الاسئله يا بانا. برين ستورمينج. ايوه، 250 كلمه ده هتنامي تحلمي بيهم النهارده. تصحي كده تلاقي ايه 5 6 كلمات تحت المخده، 10 كلمات تحت البطاريه. اكيد يعني بقى دوري كده ان شاء الله. Okay, so I will copy. I will copy the now. I will send it right now to the group of links. Okay. مستعدين؟ طبعا المواضيع بتاعت الاسئله بتاعت الايلتس ما بتكونش المواضيع اللي هي بتاعت your best friend والحاجات اللي هي الايه اللذيذه دي. لا، ده بتكون مواضيع زي ما انتم شايفين كده مجعلصه، ممكن تكون مش عندك معلومات عنها بالعربي، فانت لازم تتعود. اهو التوبيك يا جماعه بيقول some people think that environmental problems should be solved in a global scale while others believe it's better to deal with them nationally. مشاكل الايه الانفايرمنتال البيئيه تتحل على مستوى العالم ولا تتحل كل بلد لوحدها تحلها؟ خلاص. discuss both sides and give your opinion. طبعا هتقول لي والله ما عنديش افكار. هقول لك اقرا عن الموضوع. It's good to read about the topic. Read about the topic, about the environmental problems. خلاص. مثل استخدام الفرق. ايوه طبعا انت هتحب المواضيع دي طبعا، اشرح عشان تخصصك. الصحراء الخيمي برضه هتلاقيها، الخيامي برضه هتلاقيها يعني تخصصها شبه كده، حاجه قريب من كده. خلاص. يعني في ناس تانية تخصصها بعيد عن الموضوع ده فهيبقوا شايفينه صعب. So you need to read about the topic. Read about the topic. Then write about it. If you don't have an input, if you don't have ideas about the topic, please read about it, then start writing. ايوه انت هتحتاري فيها بالعربي عشان كده بقول لك. الموضوع فعلا يا جماعه challenging. التوبكس بتاعت الايلتس سواء كانت في الرايتنج او في السبيكينج challenging، عشان كده لازم نكون familiar with them. So we need to read about them. لازم والافكار، خلي بالكم المواضيع دي بتتكرر. يعني ممكن فكره environmental problems دي ممكن تلاقيها موجوده في الايلتس اللي انت هتدخليه. خلاص؟ الهوم سكولينج. الهوم سكولينج فعلا بيتكلموا عن الموضوع كتير. اوكي جود. ان شاء الله hopefully ان شاء الله يا ضحى. طيب any question before I leave you, before saying goodbye? قولوا لي اتفضل. اطمن عليكم ان شاء الله. ممكن سؤال عام بعيد عن الكورس، خليني بس اسال شويه. اتفضل يا عصام، اتفضل يا حبيبي. عاوزين مثال تاني محلول. حاضر عينيا. حاضر حاضر يا محمد، ابعت لكم مثال تاني محلول. حاضر. جود نايت اشرف حبيبي، جود نايت. هل تنصحنا بالكتابه كابيتال؟ لا، لا انصحك بالكتابه كابيتال. البانكتويشن مهم جدا. capitalization, you start your sentence by a capital letter. You start the proper nouns with a capital letter. الكابيتاليزيشن مهم جدا، بس ما تكتبيش الجمله كلها كابيتال. لا ما تكتبيش الجمله كلها كابيتال. ابدأي الجمله بالكابيتال، اكتبي النيمز البروبر ناونز بالكابيتال، لكن كلامك يبقى سمول عادي جدا مش اي حاجه. النصيحه دي بيقولوها لك في الرايتنج، سوري، في الليسننج في الليسننج وفي الريدنج، مش في الرايتنج. انت ما بتقدريش تجيبي الكلام لان الكلام مش موجود في المنطقه النشطه، لانك ما بتستخدموش. هو موجود في المنطقه الخامله اللي هي انت عارفه معناه بس ما تقدريش تستدعيه بسرعه. عشان كده لازم تنشطيه على طول، تستخدميه على طول. العفو العفو يا صفاء. طيب الحمد لله everything is clear. يلا شباب تصبحوا على خير. good night. good night. يلا يا نور كملي يا نور. الله يلا كملي يا ديما. الله يعينك يا ديما على تحميل الجلسه. thank you very much. تصبحوا على خير. شكرا يا ديما مقدما.